He's just tried to push into the queue. He's just tried to force his way in through the exit. He won't go back to the car. He's just had his shorts off. So anyone who was stood nearby has seen everything from the waist down. Boys and girls, it has been a long time since we've done what we're doing right now. We're at a theme park we've never been to before.
Expedition.
Apparently we're on an expedition. It's Drayton Manor.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So we're in. Where are we going, Andy? What are you looking for on the map?
Which one to go to, baby?
The miniature train.
That is a train.
The miniature train.
The miniature train, yeah.
You want to go, yeah? You want to go look? Yeah.
We can go and find it. I guess I don't know where it is. That was the most painless entry to a theme park we've ever done. We got the tickets on phones, no queue, walked straight up, scanned, easy peasy. I don't know why everyone else is queuing. We just asked where to go and they sort of took us around the edge. We've got a slight problem. The park opens at 9:45. The rides start at 10:30. So we got here for 9:45 to try and avoid major queues and all the problems that would cause. The only problem is we did queue, which has never happened before at a theme park. We just come straight in. So we've now got like half an hour to kill when nothing is actually running. So we've just been into Thomasland. He's had a wander around, seen nothing is on, and already wants to go home because nothing's running. So we've come out of Thomasland, we're wandering around the rest of the park to have a little bit of a look. And then by the time we circle back round to that again, fingers crossed it'll all be running and we'll be okay. We're hovering around over here watching the log flume. Andy hates log flumes to go on, but he does like watching them. We're trying to convince him to go on it because they are awesome, but he is not having any of it. Solution to all problems when it comes to theme parks. Get him on something that spins and then he's happy.
Yeah. Get him go train.
This way.
We can go and look for the trains now, yes.
Train's open.
Well, we walked back over towards Thomasland and there was a queue to get in, but he's found a non-Thomas train which had no queue, beeline for it. I don't think he cares if it's branded or not. Well, that was awesome. Train-themed theme park. It's always going to go down well with him. We will head into Thomasland in a bit, but he's had his fun on a train now and he's getting ready to film it, going past the little level crossing here as well. Having a whale of a time now. This is what he needed. Trains. One level crossing done, we've now come to wait at the next one. Behind us is the queue to get into Thomasland. I feel like maybe we should have stayed in there earlier because he's now asking to go home. We've been here, it's not even 11 o'clock. The rides have been running 27 minutes. We're going in Thomasland. We are getting a full day out of this. Well, the queue to get into Thomasland was absurd. So we've come to a much quieter part of the park, the zoo. And we're gonna have a look. Andy, look, they've got meerkats. We're gonna have a look around the zoo. A bit more chilled out for a bit. I like the idea of reptile houses, but being colourblind, trying to pick out loads of green things against loads of brown things is next to impossible. I've seen tortoises in here. Oh, and whatever this is, a little lizard.
There's 3 of them.
There's little lizards in here.
They've got aloe vera.
But they just blend in. Almost as if evolution made that happen.
Look at the monkeys.
Can we get some monkeys for the garden?
We're looking for them. Look, monkeys.
Hey! That was an undeliberate pun, but I did just do hey hey at some monkeys. I love my subconscious.
Look at him.
Yeah, he's a big, grumpy looking cat.
Do not cross the bar.
Yeah, don't pass the bar, the barrier. He would eat me.
Yeah, I don't think he'd get on with Dave. He's got very pointy ears. Well, today is quickly turning into a disaster. It's 11:20. The rides have been running less than an hour. He has absolutely had enough already. He's just been dropping down to the floor, screaming that he wants to go home. We've just given him his medicine, which will calm him down, but usually sends him to sleep within like 20 minutes. So we might have a very, very tired, sleepy Andy on our hands very soon. And then we will just have to go home. The thing is, he did want to go and do Thomasland. If we take him home, we're certainly not coming back. And he just doesn't get that. He didn't want to queue, so he came to do this. Doesn't want to do this. There's no fast access for autistic people here that we could find on the website. We had a little look, and we got a reduced entry for him and Anna as the disabled person and the carer, but no priority access to rides or anything. And I know we've gone to places like Alton Towers and Legoland in the past and not used those to teach him to queue, but recently we have used those as his behaviour has got more challenging as he's got older. Disneyland, we used the Fast Pass and it was fine. I think we probably need that to be able to do stuff like this, because standing in a queue in the sun, it just isn't going to do. We found more monkeys. You gonna come look at the monkeys? Andy just wandered into a little side room and we were met with an enormous tiger having a nap. Excellent find. We probably wouldn't have wandered in there if he wasn't searching for the toilet. Right, been to the toilet. You happy now?
Yeah.
Do you want to go on some rides?
No, thank you.
Well, he is absolutely adamant. He doesn't want to do anything. Not interested in rides, not interested in walking. He just wants to sit in the shade outside this restaurant, which is just a little bit further down from the zoo. We gave him his medicine probably 10 minutes ago. It's only 11:30. We've literally come here, done the train, rushed around the zoo because he didn't want to be there, and gone to the toilet. I think today is a bit of a write-off. Well, we tried to get him back on that train, but he won't queue. Thomas World has a smaller queue now, but he won't go in there. I think the issue we've got with Thomasland is that he thinks it's all closed in there because it was all closed this morning, so he won't go back in. He's just making a beeline for the exit, so we're going home, I think. Andy, you can't just walk in there, you have to queue. Are you going to queue up and go in? Andy, do you want to queue up and go into Thomasland? We can go in Thomasland if you want, it's open now. So what are we doing then?
We're going on the tram?
Do you want to go on that train again?
No, thank you.
We can't go on a tram because there's no trams here.
All right?
If we go home, we're not coming here again. Because it's expensive, we're not coming back to Drayton Manor ever again. So if you want to go to Thomasland, you have to go today.
We're at the end of vlog here.
Looks like we're going home then. So we now have a situation where he wants to go in Thomas World but will not queue. He's just tried to push into the queue, he's just tried to force his way in through the exit. He won't go back to the car. He's just had his shorts off, so anyone who was stood nearby has seen everything from the waist down. We've got him onto this bench, but he won't come back to the car. He won't join the queue. I'm not entirely sure what the solution is. We just kind of need the medicine to kick in now. I it's not ideal, but if he falls asleep, at least we can carry him to the car. Well, a chunk of time has passed. We gave him a second dose of his medicine. He is allowed 2 in 24 hours. And somehow we were walking to the exit and there was no queue for Thomasland. So we've come in, we're going to ride the Thomasland train. This does count as leaving Thomasland. So if he then wants to come back in again, we'd have to queue if there was a queue. But we are going to get to ride the Thomas train after all. I don't know how this has happened. I don't know how we've wangled this. But it's happening. There you go, we made it on. Good? So we're going to do this and then go home, I think. We'll have ridden on both trains. So both trains, that feels like a successful day. Well, Thomas was a roaring success. His eyes are moving. It was a one-way trip out of Thomasland, so we weren't able to, I think on a normal, like, non-COVID restricted world, you can ride it both ways and go back into Thomasland, but that's basically the way out. You go in, do the rides in Thomasland and then get on the train and leave. Our plan is we walk towards the exit now. We're actually back in the middle of the zoo. We've made it back up to this end, but we'll have a wander back through. His mood has improved remarkably at this point because he's got to do what he wanted to do. We'll see. I mean, we've said we're going to go home. He might see something else he wants to do on the way. Who knows? It's dinner time. He might want to have something to eat. We shall see. Hello, Thomas. That smile. It's the first time I've seen him smile in about 2 hours. That guy's a hero. Because that when Thomas stopped looking straight at Andy, that was genuinely the first time since we were on that first train right at the start of the day that he's actually been happy.
Do you want to come and see Thomas?
Do you want to go and have a look? Andy, do you want to have your picture taken? You want to turn around and smile? Andy, turn around and smile. I'd like to take a picture of you. There you go. You're with Thomas. Excellent. Yes, you can watch it and yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Thomas.
Is that good? Careful. Okay. Hey, fun now. Right, shall we go home then? I can hear it.
Which way are we going, Andy? That way? That way. Are you walking with us? Are you my new friend? You know I have a penchant for long naked creatures. Is that his eye right in the side of his head? Is he looking at me?
I think it's here.
Ah, nice. Well, he's my friend anyway.
Toilet.
Well, there's one over there.
Yeah.
I've made a friend. He's coming home with us. If you jump over the fence, you can come home with us. Yeah, but this one's my friend. Oh, he's saying goodbye, look. He's heartbroken. He's come to the end of the fence. My buddy here has followed us all the way around this field. I'm guessing he thinks we've got something for him to eat. I'm going to break his heart in a minute because the fence is about to get in the way. Plus another train has just pulled into the station, so Andy's run off to watch that. He's having a whale of a time now. See you later. Bye-bye. I suppose I should go and find the female and the child. He's awesome. We're back here watching trains again, so we're having an ice cream as a reward for getting through that. Only 10 Weight Watchers points.
Only the other day though.
And it's vegan. I have 50. So
25.
I can have this as a snack. Huh?
It's spent all day.
I know.
Well done.
Well done.
Is that good?
Time for toilet, then we're going home.
Toilet again? Okay. Dinosaurs! This is a great zoo. They're not moving very much, but still. Dinosaurs.
Lovely. Let's go. Beautiful.
And these ones are. We'll do these in a minute.
No.
Dinosaurs. We're walking back towards the exit, the slow route
These ones,
through the dinosaurs. We were telling the truth to Andy when we told him we were heading for the exit. We didn't know this was going to be a loop, but we've just walked around the entire dino trail. Now we're heading back towards the exit. Look, give it a... Use your one finger like that bit. There you go.
boy.
Playing a song. It's playground, of course, but I think he's probably a smidgen too big for a playground now. Anna, come and look at the Dick. Dick. But that one, there's a cock too. We just had a quick trip to the gift shop. Andy just wanted a small souvenir of the day, didn't you? He's got a massive glittery snake. Let's have a look at your snake, Andy. Yes, an enormous glittery snake. Why not?
Which was quite reasonably priced.
How much was the enormous glittery snake?
$12.99.
That's not too bad, is it? He wanted to go in and that's what he chose. Anything that keeps him in the park a little bit longer at this point, we're on board with.
Thank you very much. Bye.
He looks like a gangster. Well, I think thanks to a very, very fortuitous no queue situation at just the right moment, we've managed to rescue a really good day from the jaws of an absolute nightmare. 2 doses of medication certainly did the trick as well. Definitely could have gone south. I guess it kind of did go most of the way south. We turned it around. We've had a good time. I don't know that we're gonna come to a theme park without disabled fast access again anytime soon though, or potentially a theme park during restrictions, because I get why it's got the one-way systems and the restrictions on certain numbers of people in certain areas, but he doesn't get it, and it did cause problems that he couldn't just wander into Thomas Land when he wanted to. But we got in there in the end. He did everything he wanted to do, and I got to see giraffes, exotic birds. Not giraffes, dinosaurs. They're the same thing, they're all cool. I got to see dinosaurs, exotic birds, and a sleeping tiger. Well, we have a very tired but very hungry child behind us, so we stopped at some services on the way home. Shiny new service station that we didn't know existed until we came here this morning to grab some water. And I think I'm falling over. But we're going to come in here, grab something to eat. Quite a nice selection. If I'm going to be really, really good, I'll get a salad from Marks and Spencer's. I imagine the next shot you'll see will be me eating KFC, which I do have the points to do today. It's just still not the healthiest thing to come and eat, is it? So, picture of calm now. He's having a Burger King. 3 burgers, 1 fries. I've got a big old pile of chicken. 30 points on Weight Watchers apparently for all this chicken. And you know what? After today, I don't mind the fact I'm not going to get much food for the rest of the day. Delicious dinner consumed. It's fair to say the medication has hit him like a ton of bricks now. He was falling asleep at the table after eating that, and also he was ravenously hungry. He got through 3 burgers and his chips and 6 bags of crisps, and probably would have kept going if we hadn't have just run out of food. What we have done is lost Anna. Just wait for Mummy, Andy. I don't know why she's all the way back there with her mango cooler that I had to queue up for about an hour. To get you a drink.
I'll put some in the bin.
Okay. Home. Many hours later. It's 7:30 in fact. We are home. And Andy has been asleep pretty much since the moment we walked through the door. He's not had any dinner. Luckily he ate a huge amount of food before we came home, but I think this is probably him for the night now. He's never had a double dose of that medication so close together before. We've previously once given him 2 doses in one day, but it was hours apart. This time it was probably half hour apart maximum, maybe 45 minutes, but he'd never had them that close together before. And it's absolutely wiped him out. So he keeps getting up to go to the toilet. He's not unconscious, but normally he sleeps immediately after taking it as well, whereas this time it was 3 or 4 hours after taking it before we got home and he was able to sleep. In other sleepy news, it turns out I'm still struggling with the transition to less coffee, certainly when it comes to driving long distances, because I just got in and I fell asleep for like 2 hours as well, because normally I would always wheel through a Starbucks drive-through and get a coffee for a long drive. And I didn't, because I'm trying to be good and cut back on my coffee. I'm only having 2 coffees a day, 1 in the morning, 1 after my dinner in the evening, so I don't go to bed at 4 o'clock. And apparently when I do a long drive, I need one mid-afternoon as well. But we'll leave things there. In the end, I don't know, do we call that a good day?
No.
Apparently we don't call it a good day. I enjoyed seeing the emu. So
Next time we go back, it will be different.
yeah, we're not going back there again.
I've got them in off.
By who?
People work there.
I don't know. It's going to take a lot to convince me to go back to that place while you still have to queue the way you have to queue to get into Thomasland. If that's normality there, we're probably not going to go there. There needs to be some way for him to not have to be in that queue, because that queue is a killer. But other than that, it's a nice enough park. We'll probably go back at some point. But for now, I'm going to go back to sleep. Toodle pip.